Hey, what up, loungers? Welcome to another episode of Delta Loungers, where we explore all things Delta Airlines. If I do say so myself, because there's no way to contradict me, we're the number one Delta fans. All
That's
right.
right.
All right, Annette. I think today we've got another review of another Delta Sky Club, right?
Absolutely. We were just in Charlotte, North Carolina, and interesting because it is not technically a Delta hub. It's definitely more United American area. And so getting to kind of see what Delta was trying to do with the brand new lounge that I think just opened this year, right?
Yep, that's right. Delta made this announcement this year with a press release that says "Travel like royalty." Delta opens first ever Sky Club at Charlotte Douglas International. Now, this one's a bit on the smaller size. It's only 14,000 square feet, located on Concourse A, and can fit 246 guests. But it has a little bit of a unique layout to it.
It does. Does the
Yeah.
14,000 include the broken space in the middle
Oh, you mean where it's
where you can
it's
see
sort of
down?
split on two sides
Mm-hmm.
of the concourse?
Yep.
Um, I would imagine it does not, because that's not really space, right?
Yep. But it
Flip.
probably should explain though that this lounge is also interesting. So it is in Concourse A, but it's on the second floor. So where the terminal is and where the gates are, you essentially take an elevator, an escalator, or stairwell up to the second floor, and then that second floor is the Sky Lounge, right?
Right. So, I mean, 14,000 square feet isn't tiny by any means,
No.
but if you think of the largest one at MSP, our home base in Minneapolis, the latest one they built in G Concourse, that's 21,000 square feet. So sort of put that in context. It's probably similar in size to the F Concourse Concourse
Hmm.
Sky Club in Minneapolis. I think would be similar, right?
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
And I would
So
say it felt about the same size, um, just being in Charlotte and getting a sense of that Sky Lounge. Yeah.
yeah. So let's share a couple little bit of video and some pictures that we took while we were there. Okay, but before we get into some of the video, Annette, why are we so excited that they open up a new Sky Club in Charlotte?
Well, actually, for a lot of reasons. We love Charlotte. Charlotte's a great city. We've been there before. Really enjoyed ourselves going back again this time. We hit up kind of our same old haunts. Loved it. It was great. Now knowing, and I think the first time when we went out, we flew out American. But this time around, we did take a Delta flight, and it was definitely one of the smaller planes as we went out. It's definitely not a hub, but you can tell Delta is making a play in Charlotte, which is great. It's nice to have additional presence where we can get just direct flights out of our hub straight over to Charlotte, even if it's just for a quick weekend.
Yeah, so the Charlotte Airport Authority just completed an expansion of a new part of the terminal there, Terminal A. They expanded it to with 10 more gates. And Delta basically took over, I think, 9 of those gates. So basically, Delta took over the entire new section of that airport, um, with the idea that they are trying to make inroads in there. Now, it's unlikely that this is going to become an actual hub because it's so close to Atlanta. I
Yeah.
mean, it's what, an hour flight
Hmm.
maybe at most from Atlanta to Charlotte. So there's no real reason for them to build a hub there, but it's clear that whether they've announced it or not, that this is going to be a focus city. They're trying to make inroads into it. And if you don't know, the reason why Charlotte is such a key location, it's because it's a big financial hub.
Hmm.
for the United States. In fact, both of our companies have offices there in Charlotte, and we actually just recently traveled there for your work. But
Correct. Yeah.
previously, we had just gone there to check it out to see what the city was like. A super cool city. What's the name of the music club?
Oh, it's called the Evening Muse.
The Evening Muse.
Yep.
Right, right, right.
In the College
Uh,
District, which was
yeah,
fantastic. It's a great little spot
yeah.
for music and
No,
doesn't hold a lot
it's
of people, but you hear some really great bands there.
yeah, up and coming bands, and
Hmm.
we actually went 2 nights in a row
Yeah.
because it was so good. But yeah, so we were super excited because we do feel like Charlotte's a city that we want to travel to more often. Probably will travel for work more often, and so when we travel, we like the Sky Clubs.
Love the Sky Clubs.
All right,
And
so
and I will say too, I think the one other thing with the expansion of Concourse A, I mean, again, Delta is not a hub in Charlotte. I know they're trying to make inroads, but my goodness, it definitely felt like we had to hike quite a distance
yeah,
to get from the entrance of the airport to Concourse A and our terminal and where the Sky Club is located. You definitely feel like you're walking quite a bit of walkway to get over there. It's absolutely worth it, but
so we
one of the
finally
things
found it, but the escalator was
that's
out of
right.
service. So it's not on the main gate level of the concourse. You got to go up another. You got to go up to the second floor of the concourse. So it's sort of like a two level concourse there. So you got to find your way to the escalator if it's working. Although it's funny because I overheard some employees uh, at the bar and some frequent travelers talking like that escalator hasn't worked since the day they've opened it. So the thing's always broken. So good job, Charlotte Airport.
Well, to be fair, we also have some escalators in downtown Minneapolis probably that have been closed for months. So
All right. So here is you come off the elevator. There's the escalator to the right that's
yep.
busted. And this is what you were talking about. So as you can
Right.
see, the Sky Club covers the left and the right of this open air atrium area. And we'll get a better view of that here in a minute. Always exciting to see a brand new spanky Sky Club. Look how clean and shiny
Hmm.
it looks. Although I really feel like they all look pretty good.
Yeah, I
Even the
always
older
feel like they
ones.
do a good job at the entrance to really make it
Yeah.
feel inviting and special.
Yeah. So then once you get inside, um, here's a little bit tour. So here's on what I'll call the right hand, or actually the left hand. Yeah, I don't know what to call this. The right hand side of the club. You walk in to the where you have to scan to get in. Then
Hmm.
you walk down this little corridor along the open. It's all glass, but overlooking sort of the shopping area down on the concourse there. And so it's like a little narrow, I don't know, what would you call it? Like side balcony on each
Yeah,
side almost. And so
or
you're
just
walking,
walkway.
yep. And so then to the right, this is where the food is. So you can see what I mean by it's like it feels a little small because that's the sole food station there. I mean, it's got everything you want, but here's one seating
But I do
area.
feel, yeah, I do feel like there is a lot of seating area though for the space. And I know that's not always true for a lot of Delta Sky clubs, but you can tell they definitely put a focus and emphasis on making sure people have plenty of places to sit. And I really appreciated that.
Yeah, let's watch that one again. So again, you walk in to the lobby and you have to come down this little side area. So you've got some nice single seats here. I feel like they might have been limited by the design a little bit. I don't know why they just didn't go all the way across, but they wanted that open air atrium feel, I guess. So these side areas, I'm not sure they're going to get a whole lot of usage out of them because I mean, look how kind of
Yeah, but I
narrow
think
it
for like
is, right?
solo travelers, though, I mean, it is kind of just a nice a place where you can just kind of sit by yourself
Right.
with not too many people around and just kind of have that overlook to people watch below.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
So nice and clean and shiny.
It is.
They
Oh,
definitely have
and I
plenty of
remember
staff
that food
working.
was
Yeah.
that food was fantastic. I think we went
Yeah.
back a couple of times.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think the food quality at just the standard Sky Clubs are very good.
Hmm.
Um, but you can see the seating now. This lounge does not have an open air area where you can
Correct.
sort of sit outside like some of the newer ones do.
But I think that
Um,
open atrium area that overlooks the, the bottom terminal area
mhm.
actually is kind of nice because I think it does kind of help um with the top windows and that space in between. Kind of gives it that open air feeling, even though it isn't open air.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's definitely got a lot of natural light. You feel
Hmm.
open, as you said. And so this is the other side of that atrium, the other sort of narrow balcony walkway area. And this is where uh, we just walked by it, but it has the those private office booths where you
Yeah.
can go in to make a call, and it's like soundproof. So it's got several of those booths along there. And yeah, it's the color scheme. They went with the blues and golds on this one. Um, what do you
Yeah,
think
I
about
really
the
like
color
it. I
scheme?
felt it. I mean, it felt new. It felt inviting. It didn't feel it did feel very open. I mean, even saying 14,000 square feet, it doesn't feel like it's that small. It does, I mean, it is small, and you definitely feel that from the seating perspective, but they do it, like I said, they do a great job of kind of organizing and focusing on ensuring people have enough places to sit, which I think is a really great opportunity for them. So, but the other thing, and I don't know if you got a picture of it, but the bar
Hmm.
itself is actually really cool because I think if it goes like all the way to the top, where they have the decor, so it feels like it's a very like focal point of the Sky Club. But it looks really cool. Sitting at it, you feel pretty cool. Yeah, it was yeah, and yeah, and if you look at the top there, kind of that mirrored effect. So again, kind of that open, spacious, feeling to it, but you can tell it's definitely a focal point. I really liked, for whatever reason, I really like the look of this bar.
Yeah. Again, what? Let's see. How many seats would you say? It again a little bit small. I would
Yeah,
say 10 to
10.
12 people,
Yeah.
maybe
If you're thinking on like
maximum.
kind of both sides that were
Yeah.
available for seating.
Yeah, and it's just the single bar
Yep.
at this club. Um, yeah, let's see what else we got. I believe we've got another one in the bar. This one's just a little bit more close up, so you can see sort of the nice marble that
Hmm.
they went with. Yeah, classy, right? It's kind of
Yep.
got a classy feel to
But
it.
you know what makes it even the classiest? The $2 sitting out on the on the bar.
Yeah, that's probably my tip. I don't
No,
know.
no, I know. I just it's that's makes it perfect.
Yeah, right, right.
Always tip your bartenders. So
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah. And I don't know if people know this or not. I'm sure many people do, but they're dressed in sort of a Delta branded uniform, if you
yeah,
will, but they don't work for Delta. So they work for a food service company that Delta, a third party that Delta contracts basically. So they're not technically Delta employees, but obviously they're representing the Delta brand.
yeah.
So
Yeah. And I've noticed too, they've definitely been doing a lot more ability to tip through Venmo and other options. And I know you and I have definitely faced a couple of trips where, I mean, we do tend to carry just a little bit of cash generally for tips.
mhm,
Like we try to, kind of keep that in mind, but that's not always the case. And so there are times that we're at the Sky Club, we're like, we don't have any cash. And so now, having the option to kind of Venmo and do tips that way
yeah,
is really nice because then you don't feel kind of that awkward. I need a drink, but I don't have any tip money feeling.
right. That is nice. So yeah, a lot of the bartenders are putting out just little signs with QR codes on them these days. So here's kind of another angle of one of the seating areas. So again, not huge,
Hmm.
but spacious enough that you don't feel crowded and cramped. Um, Preview about feeling crowded and cramped in a Sky Club. Check out our Denver episode.
Denver. Yikes.
uh, but yeah, look, I mean, here from this angle, even everywhere you turn, there's just so much natural light
Yeah.
because it's sort of at the end. It's sort of at the very end of this new addition to the concourse A. So they added on 10 more gates to the end of the concourse. 10 or 12 gates, only like that. And like I said, I think Delta took 9 of them. And so it's at the very end. So it's basically got a 360 almost wraparound feel of natural light. It would have been cool if they had an outdoor seating area, kind of like you've seen at
Yeah.
LAX or MSP's G concourse, to have that little outdoor area. That's the only, I think that was really the only thing I thought was lacking, because I was thinking brand new. They're going to roll out some of these new features that they've had on some of these other newer clubs with that outdoor seating, especially in Charlotte, because the weather's good year
Well,
round.
I don't know about that. I mean, you kind of have those sweltering summer months where,
Yeah.
you've got such high humidity and heat from, June, well, honestly, even May through August, that makes it pretty brutal. So, although to be fair, Minneapolis, we
Yeah. I
have,
mean,
both, both ends of the
yeah.
spectrum from a heat and cold perspective. So, yeah, I guess it doesn't,
Yeah.
that's fair. I think they could probably have done
This has
something.
nothing to do with the lounge, but it's right by where the lounge entrance is, and they got a cool, tail part of an airplane.
Yeah. Well, what I love
That's pretty
about
cool.
Charlotte too is because it is kind of the home of aviation, right? With the Wright brothers in that area. So there's a lot of,
Mm.
even just in the airport and the new concourse, if you kind of look down at the bottom, they do measurements of kind of the first flights and how long,
Oh
kind of
yeah,
along
yeah.
the floor. So even as they just have those kind of little Easter eggs or little gems that are kind of hidden throughout the airport as you're navigating. They're kind of fun to take a
That's
look at.
right. I forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you walk along and it's kind of like the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but it had different markers,
Yep.
and it would say something like 300 feet. This is as far as the Wright brothers' first
Yep.
plane flew, or something like that, right?
Yep.
So, and here's some of that food you were talking about. So again, the food is pretty standardized across all of the Sky Clubs. Obviously, any major corporation is sort of buying these sort of things in bulk. But we have found that in certain local regions, they bring out some local cuisine. So it's not always the same everywhere you go. I don't, know
Yeah, I
exactly what
think in Nashville we had barbecue and
they had. Some Nashville barbecue, which
yep.
was totally, totally awesome.
Yep, it was
But
really good.
yeah,
And actually, and to be fair, we were at the Sky Club on Easter.
hmm
So I don't know that they had anything, or actually maybe they did have kind of like the ham, green beans, kind of an Easter-esque
so
type style
yeah, so
meal.
this is the sort of desserts on the right,
Yep.
and to the left you got your wraps, like your
Cold
chicken
cuts.
wrap, your
Yep.
little cold cut sandwiches, cold salad there, and then you've got this is more salads,
Yep.
and your deli cold cut stations. All right, here's another just angle from one of the seating areas. Again, lots of seats up
So
against the
artistic.
windows. What's that?
So artistic.
So
The
artistic.
photo. It looks no,
Oh,
it looks really good. Looks like
okay.
it could be in a magazine.
All right, all right. So anyway, lots of natural light, lots of window seating there. All right, couple more shots. Here's another angle. Is sort of the coffee station, which was on the side of, again, the
Yep.
wall where the
And
buffet was at.
I love the coffee area. I have
hmm
definitely gotten into, and I'm not sure if you've kind of upped your coffee game now with these espresso makers, but
Oh yeah.
my latest has been to do just a little bit of the caramel syrup with a latte and then an extra shot of espresso. And that has been just kind of hitting the spot for me lately when I've been needing my extra coffee fix at the club.
Yeah, I love that they have just sort of the regular coffee pots that you can just quick grab a regular cup of coffee, but then they've got
Yep.
these fancy you know, espresso type machine. I don't know what you call them, but you know,
Hmm.
you can push a button and it makes you a cappuccino or a latte or an espresso or
Exactly.
whatever. And it's like, yeah, that is really, really neat. And yeah, good coffee. I mean, it's,
Hmm.
Starbucks brand.
Starbucks I was gonna say for the pots, it's always Starbucks. Um, I imagine their espresso is probably the
Yeah.
same, but yeah, really good.
And again, just another view, one of those tables that's right against the window there. Oh, looks like you got your
My
famous tomato, your favorite tomato soup,
no, it's the roasted red
the
pepper
red
and
pepper. Yeah,
Gouda
yeah,
bisque. It is really good. But
yeah.
man, I lucked out because I got it twice on that trip,
Right, right,
on
right.
the flight out and the flight back. It
That
was
does seem to be a
fantastic.
standard one. Okay, so there's that.
Yep.
There's that tail of that plane. Like I said, it's right by the entrance. So you come up and you can over. Now you're overlooking the the
The
the the
gates.
concourse, the gates, right?
Yep.
So you can see they really did a nice job with this
Hmm.
whole new concourse, all the windows and the angled windows. It looks really
Yes.
nice from the outside too.
Yeah.
So it's a really nice airport. I mean, it's not a gigantic airport, but
Nope.
it's got plenty of sort of amenities and it's clean and it's easy to get around. Um, Again, another angle of the lounge. You can see the seating areas there. So let's see. How about this one? And this is, yeah. So again, like you said, a lot of this natural light. So this is sort of, I think, I'm not exactly sure what angle this is, but it's,
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you're capturing a lot of that overhead window
yeah,
that they had kind of layered on that strip,
yeah,
covering the top there, which is really nice.
yeah. I love all the light. Okay, here's better. Okay, so this is sort of the bottom of the U-shaped horseshoe of the two sides, and then this is the area sort of connecting those two side areas, so you
Yep.
can overlook those where those people are sitting. They're directly overlooking the concourse, the gates, and so then up above them, it's just more windows, glass roof, glass ceiling. So
Yep.
really
And
really
those
well
folks
done.
have the perfect people watching spot.
Right, right, for sure, for sure. Oh, and then one other thing that I really like, and I think most people probably don't pay attention to this, but next time you're in a sky club, I know you're traveling, and sometimes that can just be a pain, and you just want something to eat, a place to sit, and, grab a cocktail and just chill out. But Delta does a really great job with all the artwork that is just,
Mm.
it's not hidden, but it's here, it's there, it's on the walls. It's not just like some cheap motel artwork, right? I mean, they put really nice artwork from artists from around the region, around the world, and I just, okay. Why is this not?
Yeah. And they do a good job too, I think, of being thematic for each area as well. So I think like right here, or that particular one you were showing, again, to Queen Charlotte for what Andy Warhol was doing. So it's specific kind of to the Charlotte area. But again, great artwork to kind of check out. And I know we've seen that kind of across the board. Guitars in Nashville, even the new Sky Club in Minneapolis has some really interesting. I think there are a couple of like native or um, just some kind of local feel of Minneapolis too. So they've been doing a really great job with getting things decorated.
Yeah, and this is just one picture right by the restroom, but oh, and the restrooms are really nice too. It's the new
Yeah.
style of restrooms that they got with the automatic door openers that you just wave your hands and the full length doors, so you feel real private in the stalls or whatever, and the very nice sinks that have the air dryers built in. I don't know why I'm talking about the bathroom so much, but it's just really nice because
Yeah. Well,
it's one of those
it
things that
is.
it's really nice to have
It
a
is.
clean bathroom that feels
And
private.
I'll actually even give a shout out to on the bathrooms. Their soap and lotion that they use
Hmm.
is fantastic. It's such a nice quality.
Yeah.
And the smell of it is always I always think of it as like quintessential Delta. So anytime I can smell it, I'm like, oh, that I like got that at the Sky Club, or I know the soap is on the plane as well. But
Yeah.
just it's so interesting just to see some of those little touches
Yeah.
that they do, and just to make your experience just that much
Yeah.
nicer.
So, and that was just one piece of artwork that I grabbed a photo of. They've got artwork in
Oh
all the
yeah.
lounges in multiple spots, and it's not just paintings, it's sculptures, it's abstract, it's all kinds of cool stuff that, really take some time, especially if you travel to the same cities often and you're going to the same Sky Club, take some time to poke around and because they they just do a really good job of,
Yeah.
it's just those little attentions to detail that, I don't know, subconsciously your brain just senses it, I think, and it elevates the experience. It makes you feel like you're in a classier place. And then what was the drink? The first oh yeah, was the Masters going on?
The Masters had just was in the oh, actually, I think had finished the weekend before because this
Oh
was
yeah.
Easter.
They were doing a golf
But
thing.
this was actually where it was golf themed because of the Masters. But actually, kind of funny because I think at this particular Sky Club, we ended up running into somebody that was at the Masters.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's
Ended
right.
up chatting with him for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
So
We've never done one of these because every month they have a new
they do.
cocktail featured at the bar, right? And we've always talked about, should we try one? I don't know.
And
I
there's
have a
no
hard
reason
time paying
that's
for a cocktail when
it
there's
look
so many good ones for free or
that's fair.
complimentary.
That's fair. And I also think too, like the complimentary cocktails that they do are always really good. Like
Yeah,
I've actually had some really good Bloody Marys.
yeah,
And just I mean old fashions and things like it's definitely a little bit of a higher quality. So it's hard to justify spending extra.
right.
But not to say that their drinks those drinks don't look tasty. That one in particular, I definitely had me thinking for a while. But you're right. It's a little hard, and when you kind of got the go-tos, you just stick with excuse me. You stick with what works.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we don't really rate these lounges. I mean,
Nah.
they're all tens, except for
That's
Denver.
right.
We'll talk about that one. But no, it was a good little lounge. I would definitely go back, or I mean, we will go back
Oh, we
next
will.
time we're in
Yeah.
Charlotte.
I'm
So
happy. Yep, happy.
yeah,
And it's funny because I do have some coworkers that are also Delta loyalists, and they're that are located in Charlotte, and they are ecstatic that that lounge is open and accessible to them now that they've got a lounge to go to when they are flying to Atlanta or New York for their international flights right now. So yeah.
right. Let's see. Anything else to note about this one? So again, going just real quick back to their press release, they note that it's a neoclassic design, draws inspiration from the city namesake Queen Charlotte and her long-lasting influence on fashion and aesthetics, with an emphasis on botany and bold floral motifs. The natural elements and materials featured in the club highlight Charlotte's tree conservatory efforts and green spaces, honoring the city's deep ties to nature. With a large food buffet. Okay, well, I didn't think it was that large, but 2 beverage stations, a dedicated quiet space with 6 soundproof booths. And then finally, it's the press release sort of wraps up. The opening of the new club marks an important milestone as Delta continues to strengthen its presence in Charlotte. And then from Charlotte, Delta provides daily service to 7 Delta hubs. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
that's
So
great.
yeah, a quick little by the numbers, 14,165 square feet, 246 space seats. It's a 14-seat bar, 6 soundproof booths, 2 beverage stations, one buffet station, and 1 cyber bar in quiet area. The heck's a cyber?
What is a cyber
It must be
bar?
like a workstation
Oh,
or
must be.
something that we must have not paid attention to because Who wants to think about work?
We are not working when we're at the Sky Club, that's for sure.
All right. Well, thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button for us. It really helps us out. And we will catch you next time on Delta
Delta
Loungers.
Loungers.